think we need to address is that men and women are not the same. So men always think that because they can take something, it means that we too can take it, which is not necessarily true. A lot of times men think because they can take something that we give, it means that we too can take it. Not true. Big mistake. And I want to save you a lot of trouble if you're going to listen to what I have to say. Number one, don't say anything you don't mean. When you say something, you have to mean it. Secondly, don't say anything you want us to forget. Because a lot of men do that. And they say, but when you said I was a stupid man, I forgot about it. And I told you 25 years ago that your food was not sweet. And you still remember. Yes, we remember. And we will keep remembering. If you ever do anything that you don't want your wife to remember, then trust me, you don't even have the concept of the fact that men and women are different. We are so different. So when you're talking to your wife, don't talk to your wife like she's a guy. She's not a guy. She doesn't get it. She will not get it. You have to deal with her like a different species. Women are very different from men. And I'm not going to go into the differences.
Welcome to Kingdom Relationship. At Kingdom Relationship, we discuss about God, marriage, and kingdom living and kingdom family. If you're interested in building a kingdom home, then this place is for you.
I just want to say a few things. It's important that you understand that the way a woman receives correction is different from the way a man receives correction. The way a woman learns is different from the way a man learns. Let me give you an example, typical example. Most men, and I mean, I'm not generalizing, that's why I'm not saying all men, but most men are better at driving than women. So let me give you a practical example. Most of the women that I know, when they were learning to drive, I think that women generally have, I'm not sure now, but I think it's been proven, women have problems with space, dimensions, being able to just look at somewhere and know it's 5 meters or 10 meters. So I'll give you an example myself, because that's what I know. So when I was learning how to drive, I would be driving through a gate, and it would just seem to me like my car is not going to squeeze past. And my husband would be like, be coming. I'm like, no, I'm watching my sides. I'm looking at, so I say, two other cars can pass through this gate. So at the time, now that I know how to drive, it looks crazy to me that why did I ever think, they don't even need to open both sides of the gate for me to be able to pass through. But at the time, it just wasn't making sense. It's the same way we walk into a room and it just looks very small to me. I'm also saying, no. If you put a couch here, you put a this in. Then when everything is put in the room, then I realize that, oh, really? And I've asked a lot of women, and it's the same. Learning to drive, for instance, is one of the times. If your husband, for instance, if you're a husband and you're teaching your wife how to drive, chances are you people will fight. I'll tell you, that one, I'm giving you that one for free. You people will fight. It's very rare to find people, because the man, I really want to use my own personal examples because that's what I know, and I don't want to, accuse anybody of doing anything. But when I was learning how to drive, first thing, my husband was trying to teach me how to drive. So we got into the car, and then I make a turn, and my husband says, return. And I'm like, return what? He says, when you return your hand, return. I'm like, what's return your hand? That's Nigerian English, so you know what I mean. I was like, what's return? He said, so one day he just got frustrated. I was on the steering. He said, return. I'm like, what? He just took the steering, like, when you turn, you return. And I just said, when people say return, all I think about is give back something. I'm not really thinking turn your hand. Why didn't you just say turn your hand to the left or turn your hand to the right? This one is when you return. So it's just the way men, and so when I say this thing to men, they're like, when you return now? I'm like, no. And when I say it to women are like, what do you mean return? Tell her to turn her hand to the left or to the right. So women and men are totally different, and in marriage is no different. So the things that you take for granted, you assume that your wife too will take for granted. We just curse each other, it's over. We didn't just curse each other, it's over. I hear men say things like, let's just move on. We can't just move on because women are more past-oriented. A woman will remember things that have happened in the past in detail, and a man just wants to move forward. And then you say, maybe a man and a woman are quarreling. And the truth is, because I'm a counselor, I encounter some of these things, a relationship counselor. So a lot of times when we see couples in counseling, and you say to the man or the woman, we start with the woman and say, what's the issue? The woman tells you all the things that are happening, and then the man says, yes, I used to do that, but it was in the past. And when you ask the woman, when was the last time you did it? She'll say yesterday. You say, yes, it's the past. Yesterday is not the past, uncle. It's not. The past is not yesterday, it's not last week, it's not even 5 years ago. That's not our past. We lump everything together. And until you begin to realize that our minds work very differently, you will keep having problems with your wife. You say, I don't know why she doesn't get it. I'm trying to say, your communication problem, because we are different. Stop treating us like we are men. We are not men, we are women. And women are very, very different from men. The one that, honestly, I can't not deal with is when a man has been caught cheating and he says to his wife, it doesn't mean anything. And my question is always, to whom? It doesn't mean anything to whom. So if you don't want something that is going to hurt your wife or that's going to, don't do it. It's as simple as that. So first mistake is assuming that we are the same. So I did this, she gets it. She doesn't get it. So explain it to her and explain it patiently. Don't get upset because you are saying something and she's not getting it. We are